And everything I'm going to talk about now is all going to be while I overcome my fear of talking in front of the camera. Social anxiety, how they manifest in me, and how, I'm dealing with all that. So, without further ado, what has essentially happened is I ruptured my Achilles ankle recently. Here it is. So far, only one person has written on it. I'll put some more pictures up. But recently I ruptured my Achilles tendon. I was playing soccer, and somehow the way I stepped, I just heard a loud pop, and I immediately went down to the ground. I thought somebody had kicked me, and I was asking afterwards, who kicked me? Like, somebody had to have kicked me. And everyone on the field, like everyone who was nearby, they heard the pop. It was quite, it was quite, it was quite a loud pop, but no one could actually say who actually kicked me. And the only guy who was around, he had said that he wasn't anywhere near me to have kicked me. And later I found out from a doctor and from Uncle Google was that that's actually one of the common symptoms of a ruptured Achilles tendon. It's the feeling that somebody hit you, and because it comes right from behind, it's your Achilles tendon, and you think that the only way you could have felt that kind of pain is by something coming behind you and kicking you. But no, it was just my Achilles tendon rupturing. So I've gone to the doctor. I went to two different doctors. First doctor just diagnosed my issue. Okay, so here's what happened. I went to the doctor, and our urgent care center in Canada, we just went there, and I hobbled over into a wheelchair, and then we got wheeled over into a doctor's room, and the doctor came in, they saw it, and he was just like, before he even touched the back of my heel, he was just like, yeah, that's a ruptured Achilles tendon. And then he came over, touched it, and he was like, yep, that's ruptured Achilles tendon. I'll set you up for an x-ray and ultrasound. And so I got those appointments made. The same day on Saturday is when it happened. I got the x-ray. 2 days later is when I had to wait to get the ultrasound. And right after I got the ultrasound, the clinic that did the imaging for me, I was waiting to get picked up, and immediately they called me back while I was just waiting downstairs to get picked up. They called me back and they said, yeah, you need to go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room, to the nearest hospital, got checked in, registered and checked in and everything. And they looked at the imaging. Well, it was a bit complicated in the way it worked because they needed to see the imaging, but the place that did where I went to get diagnosed, they said they couldn't give me the imaging unless I came in person. I wasn't about to do that while I can't walk. But the place that did the imaging, which is different from the place that diagnosed me, they were able to fortunately email them to me and allow me to sign in to view the imaging so that the doctor could view it. So the doctor viewed it, and he's like, okay, yeah, we need to set you up with a specialist. So today is Sunday, and tomorrow I'm going to go see that specialist and get an idea of what my life is going to look like for the next little while. Because it has already been a week it has been a week and a day since this accident occurred. And in that week, I realized there's a whole lot I can't do. So right now, I am in a pre-apprenticeship program to become an industrial millwright mechanic. Yeah, I'm in school right now to become an industrial millwright mechanic. And my classes right now range from 8 a.m. to about 6 p.m. So I'm in school about 6 to 7 hours a day, and most of them are theory, but I have 3 lab classes that in a week total about 7 hours. I can't do any of those classes because I can't wear safety boots. Being a professional industrial millwright mechanic, you're dealing with heavy machinery, you're dealing with moving parts, you're dealing with moving machinery and tools that are heavy and or dangerous. We literally have an entire class dedicated to safety, and pretty much everything the professor describes in the class is something that can kill you. And so The lab classes, those 7 hours worth of in-person lessons that I'm supposed to take, I can't take because I can't put a safety shoe, a safety boot on my boot, on my cast. And my professor said that unless you can put a safety boot on, you unfortunately can't take those classes. So it is what it is. That's the way you have to be safe, especially in a school environment. I mean, I wouldn't even be able to go to work if this was work and not school. But they said I can't even be in class to observe unless I have my safety boots. Of course, we have to wear safety glasses and stuff as well, but it's the safety boots that were the determining thing for me. So until I can put those on, I have to wait and see on Monday what the doctor, the specialist, is going to tell me about my timeline for being able to put on safety shoes. Because if I can't put on safety shoes for a long enough period, I might have to drop out of this program. And this isn't the only program I'm in right now. I'm actually supposed to start. Right now is August, or right now is almost the end of July. I'm going to start another degree program. I'm going to start a degree program in September. That fortunately doesn't require me to take any labs right now, and so, but it is still in person, so that's gonna get a bit complicated. But if I can't put on safety shoes in a reasonable amount of time, I won't be able to continue in this program. And that's going to affect a whole lot of things because I also am supposed to move out in a week. I've signed a lease agreement. I've sent them the first and last month's rent already for a basement apartment that I'm supposed to move into on August 1st. It is July the 27th. Yeah, it's the July the 27th right now. I'm supposed to move in pretty much a week into a basement apartment, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to afford to. Okay, so here's the idea. Here is the idea. I'm already gonna get I'm gonna get some government money to be able to go to school, university. I had planned for that to be able to cover my living expenses until I start a job placement that is a part of this millwright mechanic pre-apprenticeship thing. So I was hoping that my government funding would cover me until I get that job placement, which is part of the pre-apprenticeship program, so that once I start the job placement, that will be my source of revenue, my source of income to continue living where I plan on living. And because that place where I want to move out to is closer to my university. Right now, I live in the country, which is far from both schools, both programs. So, by getting the job placement, I'd be able to go to university and this college program without driving too far. But also, I can't really drive for now. We don't know how long it is going to be until I can't drive or until I can drive again. But right now, because of this, I can't even drive. And from where I live, there's no public transportation. So because of this accident, this injury, there's so much I can't do. It's messing up everything. So because of this injury, I can't drive. So I don't know if I'll be able to drive to my university classes. I can't drive, so right now my family is helping me get to my college classes. Because of this injury, I don't know if I'll be able to continue taking these college classes. And if I can't continue taking these college classes, I can't get a job placement, which therefore means I won't be able to afford to move out and continue paying for rent. Which means that if the timeline says I won't be able to take these classes and I'll have to be dropping out, then that means I should get out of my lease before I even move out to this place. So if the doctor on Monday says I am not able to continue classes in person in the safety machine shop place for however many weeks, then all of that's gonna happen. I mean, on the bright side, I live with my parents right now, and I'm in my room. I have my own room. So on the other bright side, I have a wonderful note my sister wrote in my cast saying, "We got you. Love you always." And then her name. And she wrote a little heart. And maybe more people will write on this later. So there's things to be thankful for. I probably won't have to drop out of the university program. But I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. I'll come up with a plan that I'll share later. Once I get more information on Monday. But that's what it is right now. And I'll see you. I don't have a team here, what am I saying? But yeah, me and my stuffed animals, my plushies, we'll see you in the next video. Peace, bye.